To get started, the first step is to get our free domain name. And since we want a free web hosting, Infinity Free offers the best platform. So come over to your search bar here and look for Infinity Free. So when you get to this page, click on this first link here. Now this is infinityfree.com dashboard. To get started, if you don't have an account with them, click on this register button. So to register, you can either register with your Google form or with a GitHub account, or you can start registering with a proper email and address. So let's continue with our Google account. So after signing up with infinityfree.com, come over to this place they wrote create account. So to create accounts, they are provided with several options, including different payment plan. Now this first option with $0 is what we're going to be using, so click here to create now. Now after verifying your captcha that you're a human being, come over to this place they wrote a subdomain. Now choose a domain name. Now a domain name is just like the name of your URL. So if you are selling a fashion wares or you're selling a gadget, just choose a domain name that will match with what you are selling. So I'll be choosing a generic domain name here. So after choosing a subdomain name, I'll come over to this place they wrote an extension. Now under extension, you will not get .com or .ng here since you are using a free web hosting platform. So you can choose any corresponding or any friendly subdomain name here. So I'll be using free.nf. So after choosing your subdomain name, come over to this place and click to check for the availability. So the first thing to do in my customization here is to add my account label. So I can change this thing to be for gadget sale. Then Infinity Free will automatically get you a username. So all you have to do is to come over to this password section and then fill in your password, then give an email consent and click here to create your account. So when we click to create an account, we'll wait for our account to be fully set up. So as you can see now, our domain name has been fully set up. So the next step in this place now is to install a web builder into our website. Let's come over to this place they wrote control panel. So when you click on control panel, it will bring you to this consent page. Click to scroll down and click that you have approved. So after approving this, it will load up the cPanel for you. So all you just have to do is to scroll down to this point where they wrote software. So under software, look for this place they wrote Softaculous App Installer and then click. So the software we want to install in this Softaculous App Installer is the WordPress. So come over to this place and click to install WordPress. Now before installing your WordPress, there are basic setups you have to do here. First of all, you have to choose a site name. So since this site is all about gadget sale, I'll just name it gadget sales. So you can add a site description. So after filling up all these forms, come over to this place and then click here to install. Now WordPress has been successfully installed into our URL. So for us to see what we have built, come over to this place and copy this URL, then paste it on a new tab. So this is the client page of the website. So this is where the client will be seeing and your customers. So for you to see your own administrative page, come over to this same place and copy this one that said administrative URL, then paste it on a new tab. So you'll be prompted to log in with your email and the password that you use to create this account. So this is the WordPress homepage. So in this place now, this is where you edit and customize your website to look like whatever thing you look like. So when you get to this part, the first thing you have to do is to clean up everything that it comes with. You have to clean up the pages and the plugin that it came up with. So come over to this place they wrote post and click on all posts. Now come to this place they wrote title and select everything, and then head over to this place they wrote bulk action and click here. They said move to trash. Come to this tab here and then click to apply it. Now the next thing to clean up is the pages. So come to this place they wrote pages and click on all pages. Under all pages, come to this title, click to select everything. Now head to this bulk action tab, click on the drop down and then click on move to trash. Then come over here and click to apply. Now our pages has been wiped off, and then the third thing to clean up here is the plugin. So come over to this place, click on installed plugin. Then before you delete the plugin, you first of all have to deactivate them. So click to select all the plugin, come to this place they wrote bulk action, click on this place they wrote deactivate, then click here to apply. So after deactivating all the plugin, you can select all the plugin back and then come to this bulk action again and come over to this place they wrote delete and then click here to apply a multiple delete on the plugin. Now our website has been successfully cleaned up, and then we'll have to start setting up everything from scratch. So the first thing to do when we get to this point is that we want to install a theme. Now a theme will contain the layout information of how we want our website to look like. So come over to this place they wrote appearance, then under appearance you see this place they wrote theme, click on theme. Now if the theme you are looking for is not among the ones that are listed in this place, come over to this place they wrote add theme. Now search for the theme you want to use. So the best thing we want to use for this website is called Blockscape. So come over to this search bar here and search for Blockscape. So this is the theme. So click here to install the theme. After installing the theme, you'll be prompted to activate it. Click on this place to activate the theme. Now Blockscape theme has been activated into our website. Now it is giving us a suggestion. They said thanks for installing Blockscape. Now they are advising us to install a Blockscape companion. Now this Blockscape companion is a plugin that once we integrate it into this website, it will help us to customize our root colors and typography. So go ahead and install the Blockscape companion. But if you didn't see this option here, simply come over to this place they wrote plugin and search for this name, Blockscape companion. Now I've installed the Blockscape companion, and then let us see how it works. So this Blockscape companion provides us with different options that we use to customize our project from the root. Like when you come over to this place they wrote color option, click on this place they wrote customize. So to customize your colors, you can always come over to this place and then choose here to replace it to any color of choice. You can replace this to any color depending on the project you are building. So if you have a color code, you can always come here to paste the color code, or you can also come over to this place and then use this color code, this pre-built color code. You can still do the same thing here and give colors to different text heading. So that is how to use Blockscape companion. So anytime you want to make changes to your colors, typographies, your footer options, simply come over to this Blockscape companion and do the customization from the root. Now after setting up our Blockscape companion, the next place to pay attention to is to add content to our website. Now to add the content to our website, we have to first of all check the kind of website we are building, and since this is an e-commerce website, the main focus is to add products to the website. Now to add products to your website, there is a plugin that we normally use, and this plugin we call it WooCommerce. We're choosing WooCommerce because it gives us extra functionality to be able to add products to our carts, to work with our checkouts, and then add payments gateways to our website. So to add this plugin to our website, come over to this place they wrote plugins and then click here to add plugin. So if the plugin you are looking for is not among those that are listed here, simply come to this place they wrote search for plugin and search for WooCommerce. So this is WooCommerce. When you see this WooCommerce, simply click on this place to install it. So after installing WooCommerce, come over to this place and then click to activate it. Now after activating your WooCommerce, you'll be prompted here to set up your store. Click on this place that you want to set up your store, and then they are provided with three different options here. The first option here is for the people that said I'm just starting my business, but if you're already selling, you can click on this one and then if you are setting up this website for someone else, you can click on this one. So since we are just starting our business, we can leave it on this first option here and then click to continue. Then you can rename your website and do everything you want to do here. Now this place, the road location, we're already in Nigeria, so you can choose any country of origin. So my own chose Nigeria because I'm in Nigeria. Then set up your email address and then click on this place to continue. Now you can skip this page. This page is only suggesting some extra plugin, but you can always install this plugin from the plugin section if you need them. So I'm going to click to skip this step. So we have successfully installed our WooCommerce plugin. So before we start adding categories and creating our products, come over to this place, the road settings, and come to this place, the road permalink. So under permalink, you want to choose the pattern of URL you want to be showing in your search bar. Now this permalink, this is URL and this is how it is showing currently. So if you want to change your URL to be showing as the post name, which I suggest, you can come over to this place and click here on post name. So after doing that, you can come here to click on save changes. Now still on these settings, come over to this place, the road general settings. So under general settings, you can come over to this place, the road site icon. Now this site icon is something that you see here. It is called fav icon. So this icon you see here is the site icon. You can click here to choose a site icon from your gallery and then choose to change this W icon that is currently displaying here. So after making all these necessary changes, you can come over to this place, the road WooCommerce, and start customizing your shop page. Meanwhile, before we continue, let us see what we have created so far. So let us come to this client page and then refresh our website. Now you can see that after installing WooCommerce added different pages for us here. So when you come to this shop page, this is where all the product that we are going to list now is going to show, and under this place is where your account information will be. So this is where your cart information will be when you add the product to cart. So let's get started by adding product to this shop page. Now to add a product to your shop page, the first thing you have to consider is the fact that your product must fall into a category. And then the first thing to do now is that you have to create different categories for your shops. So to create these different categories for your products, come over to this place, the road products, and then click on categories. Since it's a gadget product that we want to be selling in this store, let's say the first category of products that we'll be selling is the Apple product. So you can just type Apple here. Now so slug is just like a mini website extension that will always appear after you search for a product. So you can just type in any corresponding thing, but use an appropriate word for search engine optimization to easily pick it. So I'll just click on Apple/products here. Under this place, the road description, I will choose to ignore it, and then if I have a thumbnail for it, I can just click here to add it, and then I'll click on this place to add my category. So you can see the category has been added to this place, and then I want to add another category. So let me say this is for Samsung products. So I will choose a slug. I'll just call it Samsung products too. Now if this thing belongs to a parent category, you can click here to choose the category which it belongs to. Otherwise you can just leave it and then click here. If you have a description for it, you can add your description to this place and then come over to this place to add your new category. Now that is the second category, and then it has been added. So after adding all these categories, you can come over to this place now, click on all products to see the products that you have. There's no products currently listed on this store, so we're going to start by adding our own product. So to add our own products now, click on this place and click here they said add new product. Come over to this place and add the product name and then enter your product description here. After entering the product description, come to this place and enter the price. So let's assume that you are running a discount sale. Enter the previous price here and then enter the current price that you are selling the products here. So after entering the price, come to this place and then set a product image for your product. So when you click to set a product image, you'll be taken to the media library to choose from the list of uploaded products. If you don't have a product in the media library, come over to this place to select a product you want to upload. So I will select this picture now as the product image and then click to set it as product image. Then the next thing I will do here is to select the product gallery image. So when I click to select the product gallery image, I will choose some corresponding photos. And then I'll click here to add them to the gallery. So after adding them to the gallery, I'll come over to this product category and choose the category to which the product belongs to. So I'll choose Apple. So after choosing the category, I'll come over to this place and then click to publish. So after publishing it, I'll repeat the same process to add other products to list of our products. So after adding products, go to your client website and then click on the shopping page to see what we've added. When you scroll down, you can see that all these products has been successfully added. So when you click on any of the products, it will bring you to the product detail page. So under the product detail page, you can click on the product gallery to see different views of the product. So if you are satisfied with getting any of these products, come over to this place and then you can increase the cart quantity and click on this button to add the product to cart. So after adding the product to cart, you have the option to view your cart and continue with your checkout. So having been satisfied that we have added our product to the shopping page, the next thing we want to do right now is that we want to add a sidebar filter to the shopping page. Now sidebar filter will help our customers to easily find the product. So to add the sidebar filter, come to this place they wrote customize, click on customize. So when you click on customize, it will bring out your theme customizer. So in this your theme customizer now, all you have to do is to scroll down to this place. Scroll down until you locate this place they wrote WooCommerce. Now under WooCommerce, come to this place they wrote product archive and click on it. Now product archive will give you different options and layouts that you can use to customize your shopping page. For instance, you can come over to this place and disable this shopping title by clicking on this place. So after disabling your shopping title, you can choose how you want your shopping page to look like. You can either use this type 1 or this type 2. And then when you come over to this place, you will see that these products are 4 in a row. You can choose the number of row you want. Let's assume I want this product to appear 5 or 6 in a column. I will just leave it like this, 5 or 6. So after doing that, I will keep scrolling down. So I'll scroll down to this place they wrote sidebar and then click to toggle it on. So when I toggle the sidebar on, I'll click here to see the sidebar options. So if I choose this one, that means I want the sidebar to appear by the left. While if I leave it like this, I want it to appear by the right. So I will choose my sidebar to appear by the left. So after setting my sidebar positions, I'll click here to publish. So after publishing your website, you can refresh to see what you have. Now we have a space for our sidebar filter, but it's currently blank. Now to add your sidebar filter, come over to your WordPress dashboard. So under your WordPress dashboard, scroll down to this place and click on appearance. Under appearance, locate this place they wrote widgets. Now click on the widgets. So when you get to this product widgets, scroll down until this place they wrote WooCommerce sidebar. Click on this WooCommerce sidebar and then click on this plus icon to add. Now what you will search for here is filter. Now you see this place they wrote product filter. Click on it. So when you click on product filter, it will bring the content that the product filters will have. It will have price, ratings, categories and everything. So when you look at this right part of the screen, you will see everything you need to use and customize your product filter. So after adding your product filter and customizing it to your desired color, you can come over to this place and then click to update. So after adding your sidebar widgets, click here to view your client website and then refresh the page to see what we've got. Now as you can see, a product sidebar has been successfully added to our product. And then let's assume we want to shop only for Apple products. You can come over to this category and click on Apple. So when you click on Apple, it will filter it out for you to buy only Apple products. As you can see, it's only Apple product that is being displayed here. You can click here to clear the filters and then search for only AirPod if it's only AirPod that you want to search for. So when you click on AirPod, it will bring out only AirPod, and then you can filter the prices of products you have. So let's assume you only want to buy a product that is 0 to 12,000 naira. You can just click on this sidebar and then scroll to the appropriate amount of products that you want to buy. So when you are done with your sorting and filtering, you can click here to clear your filter so that all the products will be shown on the shopping page. Now, after adding our sidebar filter, the next thing we want to add now is a featured post. Now, featured post is just like a post that has so many engagements. You can decide to feature some posts here. So for you to add a featured post to your WordPress website, still come over to this appearance and then click on widget. So under widget, still locate the WooCommerce, and then after this place the road status, you can click here to add. So what you're going to search for right now is for product list. So this product list, click to add product list and then change the name to a featured post. You can select the number of products you want to show as your featured. So I will leave it at 5. And then when you scroll down to this part, they will say, how do you want to sort the product? You can just click here and leave it at a random sorting. And then after making your setups here, you can just scroll down here to this part and then click here to update. So after updating, click here to refresh your website. Now when you refresh your website, you will notice that nothing will appear here because you have not added any product to your featured product. So to add a product to your featured products, come over to this place and then scroll down to where they wrote products. So under products, click on all products to see all the products you have in your database. So these are all the products that we have in our database. So for you to feature any product, come to this place, the marked star, and then star any product that you want to feature. So I want to feature this Samsung series and then this noise cancelling AirPod. I will also feature 2 Apple products. So after starring all the products that I want to feature, I'll click on the client side and then I will refresh my website to see what I've got. Now when I refresh my page, you'll see that the featured products will just appear here. So let's assume that a customer comes to your shop page and then after browsing around to see the list of products that you have, and then let's assume he clicks on one. So let's assume he clicks on one with an intention of getting it. So when he clicks on the product, it will take him to the product description page. So after checking around the product, checking the image gallery to ensure that everything is as he expects it, and he proceeds to add the product to cart, they can come over to this place to increase the cart quantity, come to this place and reduce the cart quantity. So after choosing the number of items he wants to buy, he clicks here to add it to cart. So after adding this product to cart, he decides to view these products in the cart page. He clicks to this place. Now let's assume that he was satisfied with everything and he decided to check out. They can come over to this place and click on this place they wrote proceed to check out. Now when you want to check out, you have to provide your details such as your first name, your last name, and your shipping information. Now after entering your shipping information, you can scroll down to this part. Now when you scroll down to this part, now you see that we have a single problem here, and the problem is that we have not set a payment method. So that is what we want to set up now. So to set up your payment method, come over to your WordPress dashboard. So when you come to your WordPress dashboard, click on WooCommerce. So under WooCommerce, come to this place they wrote settings. Click on settings. So when you click on WooCommerce settings, it will bring you up to this page. Now you have to take your time and read up this, but the most important part we're going to pay attention to is this place they wrote shipping information. So when you click on shipping, it will bring you up to a page where you have to set up your shipping and billing information. So the default setup here is that everyone in Nigeria is going to enjoy a free delivery. If you want, you can keep it. If you don't want, you can click on this place they wrote edit. So when you click on edit, you can come over to this place and then toggle it off. So after toggling it off, you can come to this place they wrote add shipping method and click on it. So now there are 3 different shipping methods. The first one is free shipping, the second one is flat rates, and the third one is pickup, local pickup. So when you choose a free shipping, that means all the products and all purchases to that particular region will be delivered for free. So when you choose a flat rate, that means there will be a set up fixed price for shipping. And then when you click on local pickup, that means after placing the order, the customer have to come to your location and pick up the product. So I want to add a flat rate to this. So this shipping method, we call it a flat rate, and then when we click on it, we click here to continue. Then we can click here to add the amount, the fixed amount, and then let's say 5,000 naira. So we can click here to create and save. So a shipping method has been added. Now come to this place they wrote Nigeria and click out so that you can add a shipping zone. Now click on this place they wrote shipping zone to add a zone. So let's assume that you want people in Lagos State or any state of interest to enjoy a free shipping. You can click here to enter the state's name. So let us check in for Lagos here. Then come over to this place they wrote zones and region. Search for Lagos. Now choose the Lagos that is in Africa and in Nigeria. So pick this one. So when you pick this one, you can come over to this place and then click to add a shipping method. So you can choose the free shipping since you want people in Lagos to enjoy free shipping, and then click to continue. Click to create and save. And that is how to set up your shipping method. You can come over to this shipping settings. So when you come to shipping settings, you have to disable the shipping calculator and then also hide rate until an address is entered. And when you are done with that, you can come over to this place and save changes. Now come over to this place they wrote account and privacy. Under account and privacy, you want to determine if you want your customers to sign up before proceeding with order, or you want guests to also proceed with ordering. So you can come over to this place to where they said enable guest checkout. Leave it turned on. So when you leave it turned on, you can come over to this place and then click to save your information. Then this next tab is an email template. Now email template contains different emails that can be sent to when a customer either performs an action like buying a product, cancel the product, and then the set of ones that you can get, the customers can get whenever the product is about to be delivered. So you can come over to this place and then customize your email template. But the default customization is actually very good. You can choose to edit your image or your emails, or you can choose to leave it like that. So after doing that, you can always come back to this place to save your changes. Now after saving your changes, you can come over to this place they wrote payment. Now when you come to payment, there are 2 different payment plans. One is online payment and one is offline payment. If you want to use an online payment, you can do it with Paystack since you're in Nigeria. If you want to do an offline payment, you can click on this place. So let's work with an offline payment. Click on this tab here and then scroll to this place they wrote cash on delivery. Click to enable cash on delivery. So you can click on this place to manage your cash on delivery. So you can decide to change the title, the description, and the instruction. After all changes, you can click here to save. Now when you are done with all this, you can go back to your shopping page. So when you get back to your shopping page, perform the same task like you want to buy a product again. Just click on this place to proceed to checkout. Then after entering your delivery information in this place, so you can see that cash on delivery has been chosen as our means of payment. So you can continue to click here to place your order. But before you place your order, you must be required to enter your billing information. So I'm going to enter some random names here. So after entering some random names and some random billing information, I'll click to place my order. Now you can see that my order has been successfully placed. And you can see the message here, thank you, your order has been received. Now, as the merchant and the owner of the website, for you to see the order that people that have sent to you, come to your e-commerce dashboard, come to your WordPress dashboard, and then refresh your page. When you refresh your page, come to WooCommerce, and then you will see that there is an order here. Click on the orders. So this is where the order information will be. So as you can see, this is the order that we just sent 36 seconds ago with the corresponding amount. So if you want to see what the person actually ordered, you can click on this, and then it will bring you to the full description of everything that the customer has ordered. Alright guys, at this point we are done with our shopping page, and we were able to add the featured post and the sidebar filtration to our shopping page. Now everything works well, including the checkout process. Our merchant can be able to receive the order that are placed by the customers, and then they can also be able to see where the address is to deliver their product. Now at this point, the next thing we want to build right now is the home page. Now home page is the primary page that your customer will see whenever they click your website. Now to add a home page, we are going to be using a page builder called Elementor. So to get started with this, come over to the WordPress dashboard. Now come over to this place, the road to plugin. Now in your plugin, click to add a new plugin. Now the name of the plugin we'll be using for this is Elementor. So come over to this place and search for Elementor. So when we search for Elementor, it will bring us these two, Elementor and Essential add-ons. Click to install this Elementor web builder. After installing the Elementor, click here to activate it. So at this point, Elementor has been installed in our website. So after installing this Elementor in our plugin, we're still going to add one more plugin. So click on add plugin. Come over to this search bar. So just search for Elementor. When you search for Elementor, come to this place they said essential add-on for Elementor. Click to install it. Now this is the first one that we installed and activated. That's the Elementor web builder. Then the second plugin we're installing right now is essential add-on for Elementor. Now after installing this, click here to activate it. At this point, both Elementor and the essential add-on has been successfully installed in our website, as you can see in this place. So after installing this necessary plugin, we have to start creating our page. So the page we want to create is a home page. So come over to this place, the road page, and then click to add a page. Give the page a title. You can call the page home or any page you want to call it. So after giving it a name, scroll down to this place, the road template. Click on this default template and change it from default template to Elementor full width. Then after changing it to Elementor full width, click here to publish it. So after publishing it, come over to this tab here and click to edit with Elementor. Alright, so the way Elementor works is this. When you click on this plus icon, you will add a new section. So within this section, anything you want to appear in the section will be added using this widget here. For instance, I want to create a hero section. I'll click on this plus icon. Then I'll choose between any of these layouts that I want to use. So I'm going to choose Flexbox. Now you are going to select the structure of what you want them to appear in your section. So I'm creating a hero section, and I want what to be in the hero section to be just a banner image. So I'm going to choose a single structure. Now a situation whereby you want a hero section whereby the text will be one side and image will be one side, you can choose this one, or you can choose any suiting structure depending on what you want to create. So I'm going to click to choose this single structure. Then after choosing this single structure, I'll come over to this place and click to add an element into the created section. Then I will search for image. So after searching for an image, I will come to this place and pick up an image. Then I'll come over to this place, the row style. Now under style, now I'll come to this place, the row size, and then I will choose the size of the image. So I want this image to have only 60%, only 60 of the viewport height. So I'll change this unit to VH, and then I want the height, the width to be 100%. So I'll just change this unit from pixel to 100 to percentage. So this is how my image will appear. So I will come back to this general and then click here to select the image I want to use. So this is the image I want to use as my hero section. I will click on it and then click to select it. So this is how the image is going to appear in my home page. So I'll come over to the styling now to make the image appear very clear. So when I come to this styling, I'll come to the sizing again, and then I will scroll down. I'll click on this more option, and then you see this place, the root object fit. I'll click and set it to cover. So this is how my hero section is going to look like. Alright, so at this point we are done creating our hero section, and then the next thing we want to work on now is to create our popular product section. To do that, click on this plus icon, select between flexbox or a grid, and then choose the kind of structure you want your section to have. So I'm going to work with this first structure. Now in this new section, the first content I want in this new section is going to be a heading text. So I'll come over to this plus icon, search for heading, drag and drop this heading text into your new section. Now to edit this text, come over to this place and call it anything you want. So this is going to be our popular product section. After this, let us add a descriptive text, and to do that, click on this plus icon, search for text editor, drag and drop this under the popular product. Now to edit this, come over to this text box, change the content of the text to anything you want. So after adding this descriptive text, the next thing is to add the product. And then to add this product, click on this plus icon again. Now search for product grade. Now this place, the root WooCommerce product grade, drag and drop it under the descriptive text. Now WooCommerce is going to fetch some product from our shop products and then display it on this place. So as you can see, the product has been displayed. So let's start working on the product. So the first thing we want to do is that we want to work on how we want our section to look like. So let us select everything in the section. So when you select everything in the section, let us change the width to be as small as this. You can scroll down to this point and then make everything in this section to align to the center. Click on this align item and then choose the center. Now everything in the section will be aligned to the center. Now the next thing we want to work on now is this product card. Now to work on this product card, click on it. As you click on it, you can see that the product card has been selected. Now you can decide to choose the layout you want your product to have. If you want your product to appear as a list, you choose this one, or as a grid, you can choose this one. So under these columns, you can choose the number of products you want to have. So I'm going to leave it as 4 products in a row like this, and then I will close this layout. Then I'll come to this query, open down this query, and then under this query now is where you choose the kind of products you want to display. Now at this point, it is currently being filtered as the most recent product. So what you are seeing right now is still the most recent products that were added. So to change what is here, click on this drop down and then choose a featured product, since it is the most popular product we want to show. Now, featured products were set when we were creating our shop page. You can always go to your product management and then choose any product you want as your featured product. Now, in this place they wrote order by. If you want it to show based on the date it was uploaded, you can leave it like this. Or if you want it to show randomly, you can just click here to choose random. So after that, the next thing we want to do now is that we want to remove these star ratings. To do that, scroll down to this part. Under this place they wrote product rating. Toggle it off, and then the star rating is gone. And then the next thing we want to do now is, if you notice, you will see that the image is not uniform. They are not standing straight like a professional e-commerce website. So to do that, come over to this place they wrote image resolution. Click on this drop down and then change it to this one, WooCommerce thumbnail 300 by 300. Now everything is properly aligned. So at this point we can see that our product section is looking better. Now we want to change the background and work on this section generally. So select on this section and then come over to this style. Under styles, you want to change the background so that the background will be different from the product. Click on this background type and then click here to choose a color. So I'm going to choose a color that is different from what we have here. You can choose between these color options. So I'm going to choose a color that is slightly different from what we have here. So at this point we are done creating the popular product section. All we just have to do is to select this section and then duplicate it to create any other section we want. For instance, the next section we want to create now is a recent product section. And to do that, click on these dots to select this entire section that we just created. Then right click on it. Now click here to duplicate it. So when you duplicate it, scroll down, you see that a new section has been created with exact design that we had. So all we just have to do is to click on them and start editing them. So the first thing to edit here is the heading title. So I'll change this to recent products. And then you can choose to change the subtitle. Then after that, you can see that our recent product section is set. Now you have to change the kind of product that is being displayed here to be different from what was being displayed here. Right in this place, we were sorting this thing based on featured posts. So this time around, we want to filter this particular one to be as the most recent product. So all you just have to do is to click and select this product section and then close out the layout. If you still want to work on the layout, you can work on the layout. If you want to change the columns and the number of images that will be displayed, you can do that here. But what I want to change are the products that will be displayed here. So I'll close down this layout since I don't want to do anything with layout, and then come to query. Now query is where you choose the kind of products that you want to display. Now under this place they wrote filter by. Click on this drop down and then select recent products. So this is recent product. At this point it will be showing you only products that you last updated recently. So after that, if there are other changes that you want to make, you can also make all your changes within the query. And then if you want to adjust anything, you can just manually do it. So at this point we are done creating this popular product session and recent product session. Now if you notice, you will see that there is no much gap between this heading and this hero. So to add a gap between them, come over to this plus icon and then search for spacer. Now drag and drop this spacer widget between where you want to add your space. So I want to add my space between these points. So I'll drop it here. Now you can drag and control the height of the space by dragging it like this. I want the space to be from this point. And then I will scroll down. I would also want to add a space between this and this particular product section. So I'll come over here to and then search for spacer again. Now I'll drag the spacer widget and use it to separate where I want to give the spacing, and then adjust the height accordingly. Now, after adding a new section, you can decide to change the background color so that it will contrast and make people know that this is another section entirely. So to change your background color, select everything in that particular section and then come over to this style. So under style now, you see this place, click on the color. So when you click on the color, you can choose between any color that you want that will match what you are currently designing. So as you can see now, the background color for this first section is different from the background color for the second section. And then if you have other subsequent sections, you can create them by using the already established template. So after creating this recent product section, the next thing we want to add here is going to be a button that when a customer clicks on it, it will take them to the shopping page to see all the products. To do that, click on this plus icon and then search for button. And drag and drop this button widget to this point, and then you can start customizing it. So I'll change this to see all products. Then you can change the link to /shop, because that is the page that we want to load when we click on this button. Then after working on the content, come to this style. And the first thing you want to do in the style is that you want to change the position to the center. Click on this position and change it to the center. And then we want to change the background color. Click on this background type. Then click on this color. So when you click on this color, you can choose a suiting color that will match what you're creating. After that, scroll down. You can decide to add a border radius to give it a curvy look. So I'm going to add a border radius of 10 pixels all round. And then when I'm done with my customization, I can click here to publish. So after publishing, I'll come to my design and then go to the home to see what we've gotten. Now this is our home page that we've been designing with Elementor. So when you scroll down, you will see the popular product section. Scroll down to see the recent product section, and then the button. So if you click on this button, it should take us to the shopping page where we see all the products that we have listed. So the next thing we want to work on right now is to organize our menu and then work on the footers. So to do that, come over to your WordPress dashboard. So in your WordPress dashboard, come to appearance and then come over to these menus. Right in the menu now, we are going to create our first menu. So I'm going to call this one main menu. Then scroll down. Under this display location, you can choose header menu 1 and then click here to create menu. After this, you can create a second menu. Click on this place, create new menu, and then call this one footer menu. And then choose your display location to be the footer menu, and then click here to create the menu. Now, after creating these two important menus, under this place they wrote select a menu to edit. Click on the drop down and then select the main menu. So inside the main menu now, the item I want to be in the main menu are, I want the home to be in the main menu, my account, cart and shop. Then I'll click here to add it to menu. Then after adding it to menu now, I will now organize my menu the way I want it to look like. So I want the home to come first. After the home, I will want the shop to follow. So I'll drag and drop this shop to follow it. Make sure that the location is in the header menu 1. Then you can click here to save your changes. So after saving your changes, come over to your website and refresh to see what you've got. At this point, you can see that we have our home followed by the shop, then account and the cart, and everything works so well. Now at this point, what we want to do right now is that we want to set up this home page that we just created to be the primary home page, so that when our website first loads, it will just show this home page. So to do that, come over to this customize. When you click on customize, it will bring up this theme customizer. Scroll down to this place, the root homepage setting. Now under homepage setting, change it from your latest post to a static page, and then select the page you want to display as your home page. So we're going to select this particular one, home. Then after that, I'll just click here to publish it, and then to check that everything works, just copy your original URL and then check it out here to see, check it out on a new tab to see if it will display the home page as the first page. So as you can see now, this has been set to be our primary home page, and when you click to scroll down, you see that everything works very well. So